I'm on my way back from my morning walk. I try to go outside in the morning to kind of just start my day. Signals to me that it's like a start of a new day. And it's always like super dead in the morning, which is good for me. And yeah, so just come out, get fresh air, and then go in and start a day of work. So every day I close the shop, meaning that I actually like put everything away. So the next day I start fresh and like set everything up again. So now I'm gonna sit at my station. So every morning at 9 a.m. I have a stand-up with my UX team. So I just had that. I was almost late because I was like messing with the coffees. But during that meeting, we kind of just talk about how our day went yesterday, what we're planning to do today, and then any roadblocks that we might have or we're having. And then we just catch up and talk about kind of what everyone's working on, so we know generally what other people are working on. It's just something that we're doing not so much before in the office because there's only 3 of us in the team, so we actually communicate a lot already. But because we're all working remotely now, I think we're just doing it so we're all like on the same page and help each other out if we can. So yeah, and I think my coffee is ready, so we're gonna go get the coffee. This is harder than I thought. And this is the final setup of what my workstation looks like today. So in the morning after my stand-up, I kind of write down what my day looks like. All the meeting I have are like in the blue color, and then the individual tasks that I'm going to do is like a checkbox in the black color. And then I also have another notebook, which I call it the ugly notebook. This is the notebook that the company gave me. I put like the date here, and then it's kind of like my scratch notebook for the day. I'll just write down random things as I'm like having meetings, or if I'm trying to like think of like a wireframe and like sketch out some ideas, and or like draw out different flows and stuff. I just write it in here. This is like a quick example what the ugly notebook looks like. As you can tell, it's very ugly, and it's just like me jotting down ideas and stuff. So I also have like a work document summary where I list out everything I do and like this description and what impact I've made for the company. I think it's helpful to kind of have a updated live documentation of everything. So whenever you are ready to say apply for another job, you have something you can easily go back to and look at it and then try to update your resume based on that. So you're not trying to think, oh, what did I do like 5-6 months ago or 2 years ago? So it looks like this. I have like the dates and stuff and like some of the description and what I worked on, and here too overview of what I've done, what did I accomplish, and what impact did I make. So the first thing that I will be working on this morning is sketching. So I have my handy dandy Sharpie and a white sheet of paper. So what I'm sketching for today is the team want to transition away from the modal design that we have for some like long process, and we want to make it so it's not in a modal, because a modal aren't supposed to be for long processes. We want to change it into like a new page versus putting everything within like a small modal box. So we got together earlier this week and did a remote design studio session in Moreau, and from that we all came up with different ideas of what we want to incorporate in the updated design away from modal. So here is the design stuff that we made in Moreau, and I'm going to look at it and see what are the things that we like and then try to draw it out here. I always like to fold the paper in half because I feel like a big sheet of white paper is very intimidating. So half of it is not, and it saves paper. All right. So I created 2 sketches based on the design studio sketches that our team did and combined all of our ideas together. So this is sketch 1, and then I also created a second sketch here. And then I sent it to our Slack channel and asked the team which one they like better. So after I chatted with the team on which design we like better and to potentially go forth with, we decided that in the first design, everything is in one page. As a user click through each of the section, it just jumps to the section, to that particular section. And then the second design, there's actually like a next page button, so it's save and next. So instead of like jumping towards that section of a one continuous page, we divide it into 3 separate pages. We decided that the second option is better because each of the section is contingent to the previous section for this particular problem. So it may not make sense to have one continuous page because the user can go back and forth, and then their information might get changed based on how they changed the previous section. So we think that it makes more sense to do 3 separate pages. I think for forms, one continuous one continuous page makes more sense if all the fields and sections, not fields, all the sections in that one page are independent of each other, and that it doesn't impact each other, if that makes sense. So now that I'm done with the sketches, and actually the team's still discussing whether we should do a one continuous page or do 3 separate pages for each section, because our front end developer pretty much is saying that it actually doesn't matter, because so far we actually put all the fields that have impact on the rest of the form in one section. So there are already in one section. So there is a possibility to do just one continuous page. So we're still just chatting about whether, like, which one of the two options is better. And while that's going on, I'm going to go ahead and start working on some wireframes and mockups. Our team uses Figma, and Figma is the best one. I love that it's super collaborative. It's easy to hand off to developers. The prototyping on Figma is so much easier. Before, the team was using Sketch and Vision, and I absolutely hate Sketch and Vision, because why use two software to do one thing when you can do everything in one software? And I hate that you have to download and upload every single time you make a small change. Figma is live and it's constantly being updated, and it's so easy to share with a bunch of different people. It's almost like a Google Doc, but for wireframing. It is now 11:57 and I'm about to take my lunch break. But before I take my lunch break, I have to give my team a status update, not my direct UX team, but the whole engineering team as a whole. It's kind of what the company is doing to make sure everyone's on track and they know what kind of stuff we're working on. So it's called a midday update. So I'm going to quickly write how my day's been, what I've been working on, what I'm planning to work on later, and then I'll have my lunch break. It's lunchtime. So for the midday updates and daily updates, I like to be more thorough and in-depth, because UX is relatively new in the company that I work for. So I want to kind of use that as an opportunity to gain more visibility for the UX team. The specific product I'm working on, the team is they have fully adopted UX and understand the whole process and what it means to bring UX. So that's good, but the rest of the organization, not so much. Yep. So now I am going to make lunch. Usually I eat leftover from the day before, but last night we ate out. Well, we didn't eat out. We picked up some poke. So now I'm gonna make chicken thigh, and I think I don't even know what I have in the fridge. Oh, I ran out of groceries, so I have some Chinese broccoli, and I'm gonna cook some chicken thigh. Oh, I also have cabbage. Maybe I can cook chicken thigh with cabbage and jalapenos. And then steam the Chinese broccoli. Yeah, great. Our lunch is ready. It's closing time. So I'm done for the day. Right now it's about 8:20, and so after lunch today pretty much was mostly in meetings and working on my wireframe. So I didn't make as much progress as I wanted to. I think trying to film like a day in a life thing has definitely made me a little distracted today and kind of not being able to get as much done as I wanted to. But yeah, so like I mentioned earlier this morning, I will close the shop and then shut everything down. So which signals like the end of my day. And then tomorrow, I'll set everything back up again and keep on going. I'm done for the day, and once again, this is my final setup of after my shop is closed. And now I'm just gonna go get some groceries because we are officially out. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully that was kind of interesting and you got to see a little glimpse of what a UX designer does, somewhat. But yeah, bye.